Voila. I'm gonna readjust the camera real quick. Voila. Anyways, so I used to be able to get 20 minutes on recordings, but since my phone has like the worst storage on earth, can you believe it's an iPhone? Uh, yeah, I can't even get like 10 minutes of recording because storage is so shit on these iPhones. It's not even funny. I'm cursing the first minute of the video. I don't care. I'm not monetized. Anyways, welcome back to Jack and Hyde. So let's talk about in a multi-part series because I have to make it quick because of the fucking 9 minutes. Physical media, why you should get into it, what is it, and where it's been for the past, I don't know, less than 20 years. People tend to over exaggerate that part. Like, oh, it's been gone for like 20 something odd years. Like, dude, it's been there, it's been here the whole time. What world have you been living in? CDs have been around since like the 90s, dude. Maybe the 80s. I don't know, the latest examples I can find are like the 90s, really. CDs have been around forever. Vinyls have been around since like the 1800s, I think. They're still around. They, yeah, sure, they had a bit of a explosion in popularity, but they've still been around. I guess this video is going to be about talking about where they've been, the histories, or what the fuck you want to call it, of where physical media has been. But yeah, no, to really get into it, man, it's just I've seen a lot of people in the past like 2-3 years talking about like, you know, physical media, it's coming back. All these hipster Gen Zers, they're coming back with they're repopularizing it. It's becoming a whole fad and everything. It's like, for some, maybe it's mainly the mainstream guys that are, or guys, what the fuck you want to call them? It's the mainstreamers that, or as I call them, the vanillas, that are really, you know, those are the hipster types that they're getting into all this physical media just now because oh, it's such a cool thing. You know, this is what my parents used to do. This is what my grandparents used to do. And it's like, yeah, my parents used to do CDs and stuff, and I have no evidence of them doing vinyls or cassettes, but yeah, they used to do CDs. My dad has a whole giant ass like CD booklet full of burned CDs, official CDs, and God knows what else is in there. It's about this big roughly. It's that thick. Part of it is just the thing itself is just that thick. The other part of it is just there's a lot of fucking CDs in there. Some of them are copies and some are like extra copies. Some of them are, like I said, burned CDs. Some of them are extra copies of burned CDs. And some of them are official, just standalone copies. He's got like, I think an original, I want to say a day one release copy of Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Anyways, it's a short little story on that I could probably make a little short about. But anyways, so yeah, physical media never went away is the point I want to get to. And the only reason why people are saying it's a fad that's come back with hipster Gen Zers is because those people are mainstreamers. Those are vanillas, if I should say. Those are people who, you know, they traded the glory that is, you know, physical platforms for the more easy accessible digital platform, or the slop platform, as I call it, or some people will call it the goy slop, rather. But yeah, no, the slot platforms, as I call it, the digital crap, because it's easier to access, it's a lot easier to find it, and it's just, you don't have to get your fat lazy ass up and go flip the vinyl on the other side just to listen to it. And also, you don't have to deal with the pains of cassettes where you have to rewind them with a fucking pencil or some shit. Not to mention the fact that they also break sometimes, and cassette decks do tend to eat up your cassettes, especially if you don't know how to take care of them. But yeah, no, I think it's more of just poor management and the lack of care when handling this stuff, really. And also, you don't have to worry about your digital stuff getting scratched like a CD or a vinyl. You don't have to worry about that. On the offhand, however, I think it's better to own these. Not because I'm some fucking hipster Gen Z or whatever the fuck. Because it's just, one, there's a lot of bands and music that I can't access digitally. So if I want to listen to them, I have to buy them physically, or I can't listen to them at all because they're nowhere to be found unless it's on a physical platform. So I'm kind of, somebody like me is a little fucked in that case scenario. But like, like GBK, prime example. You can't find GBK on any streaming platform. You have to go to their official website and go buy a copy of it, or you have to go get it from like a third-party distro or a record label that sells them or something like that. I don't. Wherever you can find these bands, you have to go to either an actual record store or you have to go to their online store and go buy them, just so you can have a copy of them to listen to them. Plus, some bands like AC/DC, where you can just find them anywhere because they're so big and so mainstream that they don't need the physical platform anymore. And really, having a physical platform of their music in today's world is more of a hipster thing. Having an AC/DC vinyl, a modern AC/DC vinyl, definitely hipster thing with both millennials and Gen Zers. Millennials are not, they're not getting away from this either. Let me tell you, they're not out of the woods just yet. Yeah, sure, they may have had more experience with the physical stuff than my generation did, but they're also part of the reason that physical platforms have become more popular in the mainstream. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this up in like 3 more minutes. That's how it was probably gonna cut out. Anyways, so yeah, they've been here the whole time. They didn't really go away. I mean, they faded. Physical platforms like CDs and cassettes and vinyls may have faded out of the mainstream in like the 2010s roughly, but they've always been here. They didn't go anywhere. They were always there. I mean, evidently this came out on CD in like 2017, and it's bands like these only release their stuff on physical platforms like CDs, vinyls, and cassettes. You will not find these on a digital platform unless it's a third-party upload by either some rando or it's uploaded by the band's official YouTube record label account or something like that. And even at that, a lot of these bands, just to get around all this crap, they have to rename themselves or rename their songs just so the bots don't, the platform bots don't snipe them out, so to speak. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, they never went away. They were always here. They were just in the background, in the underground, so to speak, away from the mainstream because, well, the mainstream is just, most people would rather have, humans invent things to be lazy. We didn't invent the wheel for nothing, right? Humans didn't invent the wheel for nothing. They invented it to make the transportation of things easier. They invented CDs to make both the transportation and the usage and the distribution of music and movies as well and other stuff easier. They invented the digital platform to make the accessibility of this stuff easier. So with all that being said, I'm about out of time. Thanks for watching if you did, and there will probably be